Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another day of the video diary. How's it going today? Today it is Friday. It's the end of the week, and my God, it's been a long week, ladies and gentlemen. So today is the day of my final exam for, well, my final January exam for final year. I'm excited, not only because it's networking. Networking is one of my favourites for like ease-wise. It's relatively simple. There's a lot to learn, but it's all quite easy and straightforward. So, also I'm sick of talking about exams. I can't wait until tonight when the exams are over. We no longer talk about exams. No one's chatting about them anymore. Like, we'll have like the comments on this video and then that's it. Exams are over. We have a nice fun weekend. I've then got a week off to myself and then we start term again. And we have like basically a clean swipe and another attempt at university for my final semester. And it's going to be so good. Mainly because as well, like, not only is it the end of exams, it will be the start of my final year project again. I'm going to be rebooting that, possibly over the weekend, but probably on Monday. I'm just going to be basically working on that full time. So let's discuss my plans then, Jay, for this semester. So firstly we have a week off, so I'm going to be working on my final year project. But then I start term and my timetable this year is a little bit more uniform. There's less like extreme one day or extreme the other day. Basically I have either a 9 o'clock lecture or a 10 o'clock lecture every single day, and like alternates. I think I've got like 3 9 o'clock starts and 2 10 o'clock starts. And I'm going to get to campus at 7:45. I'm going to sit there, I'm going to type up whatever lecture notes I need to type up in that like hour slot in the morning. I'm then going to go to the lecture, come out of the lecture, and I'm going to sit and do my project until lunch, have lunch, then come back home, or vice versa. I literally, most days only have one lecture, and that's the early lecture in the morning, which is irritating, because I'd much rather compile it all onto one day and then have free time for the rest of the week. But so I'm going to be spending a lot of time on my final year project, and that, because I have one coursework and maths problem sheets, and that's it for this semester. So one coursework's like an essay, which I'm not too fussed about, although I will be writing a lot of essays because I've got to do my dissertation and stuff. But in theory I won't have like a lot of, it won't be a case of like last semester where I had 4 programming courseworks and all of them went to the last minute and all of them were like quite dense, heavy amounts of work stuff. Like, reports aren't particularly a lot of work. The only programming I have is my final year project, and that's something that I want to do. It's something that I enjoy doing, so I'm not going to mind spending all day on it all the time. It's going to be my full-time job, and I'm going to be a part-time student. Yeah, it's like, one, we get a week off in between, which is going to be a bit like, I'm feeling more excited for this week off than I did Christmas. That's a really weird thing. Like, I'm now starting to feel festive because I've got a week off and it's going to be brilliant. And I'm going to be able to work on things that I want to work on instead of being bored, because I feel like, it's a weird thing because when you have work to do, you feel like you shouldn't work on anything else. And because you're not working on anything else, you then get bored of what you're doing and you're not really working on that thing anymore. It's a really weird balance that I need to try and strike up with myself. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing that basically all the time, and it's just going to be so much fun. There's not going to be any coursework, there's not going to be any stress. My final year project is possibly the only thing that can cause me stress because of how big it is. It's still a big programming task, but I have a huge head start on myself on other people who haven't even started programming yet. But I do feel like my project is like twice the size of most. But yeah, so I'm really excited for this exam to be over, have a nice chilled weekend, and then just jump into doing things that I want to do. Be that programming, be that blogging. I've been starting to like pull together some blogs and stuff. Maybe even main channel videos again. I say this, you know it's not going to happen, but like, I've got the free time. I want to be able to make more, I want to get more value out of the time that I'm spending. And while the most value is going to come from working on my final year project, other values need to come from other areas, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So I'm genuinely so excited for this exam to be over. The only problem is that I've got to wait 5 hours before I could even start it. Well, that's a lie actually, it's nearly 6. My exam starts at 4:30. What a stupid time for an exam. With that in mind, I woke up late. I woke up after 7 today. Holy shit. I woke up at 6:15 and then went back to sleep when Laura was getting up and moving about, which I felt really guilty for. But she knows my tactics, because I know I'm going to get bored and like start stressing The problem with late exams, in my eyes, is that you just stress, and there's no need to stress. But anyway, so I got up after 7, came into here, watched TV for a bit, waited for Laura to leave, then I had a breakfast. So I had my breakfast like nearly an hour and a half later than normal. I'm trying to push back like breakfast and lunch as much as possible, so that I'm not hungry during the exam, because I'm normally hungry around 4:30. I'm normally having like my 4:30 biscuit and tea. But yeah, so I got up late and started pushing stuff back. I've now got changed, had a shower. The best thing about having a shower late as well, instead of at 6:15, is you can put music on. It's brilliant, because I don't feel guilty for next door. But yeah, otherwise I've got an errand today where I need to go out and get another light bulb, because this light bulb bust. I get 2 as well, because we should have a spare one lying about instead of having to go out to get light bulbs all the time. This is like the 3rd light bulb that's gone. Is it the 3rd one? There was one in there, the office light bulb went, then the bathroom one, then this one. Yes, this is the 3rd. It's really scary as well. You press it on, it's like a fucking nuke goes off in the corner, because like, they're the old light bulbs. Like, I didn't even realise you could get these anymore. They're like the old non-energy saving ones. So when it goes off, it goes off. It goes like like a proper, like, really bright flash of light, and then obviously that's made bigger by the fact that the fuse box trips, and then everything goes pitch black. But yeah, so. But otherwise though, ladies and gentlemen, I'm now going to have a small flick through my notes. I mean like a really small flick through. In an attempt to not be bored, I'm going to try and leave at 2 today, which I think is adequate for a 4:30 exam. Means I should be on campus for about an hour before it starts, and maybe even an hour and a half. Because of the weather, it's not too cold. It's very rainy and miserable, but it's not too cold, so I'm going to end up going the fast way in instead of the long way that I have been going. So yeah, it shouldn't be too much of a hassle going to uni. But yeah, I'm just going to finish writing my video description and then look through some notes. Oh dear, just trying not to be bored, trying not to be stressed. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 20 to 1, and I'm just heading on up to go to the shop to go pick up some light bulbs. Live literally the most exciting life. It's incredible. But yeah, so we're heading on out now. I'm trying to dodge the rain, but today, like the entire country, it's raining at some point. We got it first in the morning and stuff, and it's been miserable for the past couple of hours, but then it's like sweeping over the country really fast. It's incredible. In like 4 hours or so, it's just left England in its entirety, which is mind-blowing in my book. Yeah, so I'm going to head up here, get my light bulb, head back, have my lunch, then get in the car and go. I'm thinking I'm using this as well to actively stop myself having lunch early. I'm trying to have lunch late, preferably like after 1. And I was like, oh, I'm a bit peckish, I might have my lunch now. Like, no, Jamie, you're having lunch late, so I'm going to head out here, thinking it, and then it also kind of pushes me to leave a bit later as well. Because if I have lunch early, then I'll be like, oh, well, I may as well leave. And I don't want to, so. Deliberately hanging back a bit so I don't have to overtake this guy. Genuinely so excited to essentially re-roll university again. And like everything's just completely different this semester. It's going to be so good. I'm also excited because we're going to have a lovely weekend off. We're going to go out and get a hamster. I've got loads of stuff to do, got like cleaning to do. Got to sort out my car. I'm going to wash my car at some point in the future as well. That's going to be great too. I've bought the glove box. The glove box is now officially being sent to me. I took a punt on the colour, and I've bought some wiper blades, which I've got to trim to size. That's the only downside to that, because I'm not sure what I've got that could trim them, but we'll see. How easy do you reckon they are to trim? Are they like a knife easy, or some scissors, or am I going to need like a saw? I don't have a saw. So having a takeaway for dinner tonight. I'm not sure whether to have Chinese or curry. I'm feeling curry, is what I'm thinking. But I'll decide at the end of the exam. And then I'll task Laura with finding us a good takeaway. Anyway, we're on our way. We're near Morrison's. Let's hopefully they have the right light bulbs this time. I always get this vibe in Morrison's that like I've gone back in time to the 1960s. They always seem really old-fashioned. Right, and we're heading on back now, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that place. I don't know whether it's the colour scheme, the people in it, but I've never been in a Morrison's that doesn't feel old. even like the brand new one up at Cabot Circus, Cribbs Causeway, even that one seems old. I feel like I need to be less lazy and hold the camera further away from me sometimes as well, but there's more camera wobble now, isn't there? I've got more elbow room there, but I feel like I was just vlogging like here. Hot damn. Then ladies and gentlemen, I am about to go. Just had lunch and we are hitting the road to Bath. It's going to take me 45 minutes, so I should be there and parked up by 3, which is good. Ample timing. Do I need my scarf on? Not in the car, I don't. It's not actually that cold today, but it will be on campus because it's always cold on campus. Phone keys, camera, wallet, library card, pens, glasses, laptop, headphones. Let's roll. It's going to be super weird driving to Bath, listening to the radio that I normally listen to when I'm on the way home. Do I ever normally leave at this time? 2 o'clock? Yeah. No, it's 3, isn't it? But still, it's going to be strange. Called it, ladies and gentlemen, and therefore, even though I did hit a lot of traffic in Bath, I'm here before 4 o'clock. Also, there are bloody loads of parking spaces. Every other time I've come up for an exam so far, except for the one when I was here really early in the morning, it was really hard to find a parking space, but not today. I guess it is the last day of exams, like very select people are going to be on campus today. The only reason you really have to be on campus at the moment is if you either work here, you are currently in an exam which is finishing, or you're in my exam at 4:30. Like, that's the only reason you'll be here, I guess. Unless maybe using the sports facilities. But it does in theory mean that I can go anywhere, but I'm going to go to East Building, because I like East Building, it's nice. Oh dear, so what's the plan for this hour? Probably listen to a podcast and potentially look over some notes, like while I'm listening to that podcast, basically. Sounds fun, right, doesn't it? This will do. We'll have this room for a bit, for an hour. Oh dear. Well, I'm on my way back to my car, drop off my laptop and stuff, and then we'll go over to the exam hall, exam room, I guess, it's not really a hall. But yeah, so I've just been listening to podcasts, a podcast, and then I listened, went through my notes for about 15 minutes or so, and then I was like, oh, what can I do? Just browse the internet for a bit, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to open up my final year project. And then fucking 30 minutes just blip past. Fixed a problem I had with builds and stuff, but that's all through now and working. And I'm going through this code and I'm like, God, I can't remember what I need to do. Like, I'm at the compiling stage, and I remembered I pushed it through, got it working, and now I just need to unit test it. Unit test that bit, and then I can move on from compiling onto the test running stuff. So yeah, I should be test running stuff by the end of next week, which would be fucking awesome, to be honest with you. Yeah, so it's been a while. Like, I do need to familiarise myself with the code and how it works. Although it's quite simple how it works, it's just there's a lot there. But yeah, I've been building the obviously everything up, and I'll go through it and I'm like, God, this is confusing when I don't know how it works, because there's so much of it and it's all like well interconnected, so that there's as little as possible in every single thing, and oh, it's good. It's really good. Problem with clever code is sometimes it can be too clever though. So I need to familiarise myself with it a little bit and then get onto it. But the problem is, you don't really do shit like that, do you, before an exam? So I lost track of time a little bit, but I've still got plenty of time. So, anyway, oh dear. Right, let's drop off my laptop and head up. I am, like, it's probably sad how excited I am to start working on that again. Oh, Christ. Such a saddo. But yeah, so, networking exam, ladies and gentlemen. This is your nice, normal, bog standard one. 4 questions, answer 3 of them. One of them will be an essay question. Hopefully try and avoid that one if possible, depends on what the topic is. If it's on a nice, easy topic, then I'll take it, but yeah, I don't normally prefer essay questions, which is, I think, normally the way. I mean, it's an easy ride, isn't it, doing a couple of smaller parts. Although the smaller parts, I guess, will be slightly more, I don't know. But to be honest with you, I think unless the questions are the essay question is going to be on something stupid like application layer stuff, which I didn't really care much about, then I won't do it. But yeah, otherwise, does that make sense? Yeah, there's like the application layer and stuff like that, where apparently firewalls have come up before in the past. I won't do that. While firewalls are relatively simple, I don't think I could write enough about them in an essay. That's the problem, is I don't feel like I can write enough in an essay to warrant full marks, where I think I could on all the other questions. So, freedom, ladies and gentlemen, freedom. Dumb. End of exams. I left half an hour early. I'm just going to run to the bank now, get some cash out for a takeaway, and then heading back for some well-earned relaxation. Christ, it's dark out, ladies and gentlemen. Bloody hell. Sure, no, I'm not going to get cash because my wallet's in my car. But no, that was a good exam. As per, networking is good. But I'd like to say we have the same lecturer for parallel and networking. And this year, that lecturer was king of the curveballs because no one was expecting. Well, when I came out, I was one of a lot of people left. Actually, I was probably in the last half of people to leave. But I was doing the essay question, which was on routing, and I just wanted to write as much. I wrote 3 pages on that motherfucker. So, just everything I know about routing is going on to that bastard. But yeah, like, it was really weird. Everyone was expecting firewalls and VPNs to come up as the essay, and it really wasn't. I've had this lecturer for multiple years now, for multiple different things, and he's normally a very predictable essay exam writer. Usually really, really, really predictable, and you can call it from a mile off. But this time, this year, no, not for this or parallel. Oh, I'll go to bed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm knackered. The curry was good though. I'll catch you later.